Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Oh, it's almost 3 o'clock and 100 degrees here in Arizona. So, happy Monday to everybody. Hopefully, everybody's doing good. Okay, so uh, welcome in, welcome in. I see three people in here. Hi, Raymond. So, I've been doing, of course, I've been researching still. Always researching, always researching, always doing something. I have some interesting finds here that I wanted to share with my long pals from the cryptid community, right? So, of course, I stumbled across a channel that goes in depth about as far as explaining about possibility of where these cryptids are coming from and the total back history. And it's just stuff that you want to check out, maybe just and discern for yourself. Decide for yourself. Sorry, what you want to believe, what you want to, where you want to take your beliefs from there. So I think it's interesting. Hi Val. Hi Rashid. Good to see you, Raymond. What's everybody been doing? So the channel is called The Confessionals. I don't know if anybody has seen it. The guy, gosh, I've only been watching it for a few days now, but they're like an hour long, almost 2 hour long shows, and our lives, and if you haven't heard of this, I'm actually going to put the link in the chat because some of you guys with in the cryptid community that are still going in circles and circles and circles, watch this guy, and he's gonna kind of present a different way out of the box, right, of thinking. So he actually interviews someone, and his name is Nathaniel Gillis. And hi, Pink, how you doing? His name is Nathaniel Gillis. So remember that name. He's actually an in-depth researcher, and he says that these things go way back, and they might not even be the things that we think they are. This is very 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 old. He calls it. Let me get my thinking together. I just woke up a little bit ago, but he calls this type. It's like a magic, right? Um, he calls it an antiquity. It goes back as far as antiquity. So this is old school stuff that's going on, and these things that we're seeing out here, it could be things that are being summoned, or it could actually be of something that is requiring what is it called? Uh, Worship. So if any of you are listening and you feel like you're required to build this thing a shrine, an altar, to worship it, that's probably what's happening, and it's deceiving you. So be careful. Go to this channel and watch this. Let me get the link here. So here's the link that I watched. This is I can't remember his name. So this is the interview with Nathaniel Gillis, and here's the link. When you get a chance, those of you that are still in the cryptid community, go check this out, and you can think for yourself what you want to believe after this. But may I suggest, after if you do watch this, go to Nathaniel Gillis's. He has his own channel, and it's actually listed in this link in the description. It says Nathaniel Gillis, and you go to his channel and go to his playlist. It'll be all his interviews, because you're gonna want to, if this interests you, then you're definitely going to want to go to Nathaniel Gillis's channel and go to his playlist, and it'll all of his interviews are listed in there from various other like paranormal channels and things like that. Nathaniel Gillis. So it's definitely something that will open your eyes to a different perspective into the cryptid community, what's going on. Because as you all know that come from that community, of course I was there also, and I left because I got tired of going in the freaking the habitual circle. I call it the circle of fire. It's just over and over the same crap over and over, right? Well, that's the design. So now I see it. I saw it then, but I've always known it was a design just to keep you trapped in there, and it was very well designed, so it worked. Keeps people trapped in there, never really get any answers, and I just got tired of the round and round scenario. So, but I recently found this channel right here, and I'm not really even looking for it. It just kind of like popped up on my feed for some reason, and I was like, oh well, I'll check this channel. This guy, he has his channel called The Confessionals. He's been spiritually attacked, and his wife has got breast cancer. So that's what he's dealing with right now currently. Nathaniel Gillis, after finding out everything that he found out, decided to take like a hiatus, right? Kind of like a break, because he's also been attacked by because of what he's finding out, what he's sharing, but and he's getting subtle little attempts on his to hurt his well-being with him and his family. And I wish I knew this guy. I really apologize. I've only watched him a couple. This is like my third day into this, but I've been able to gather enough information that Nathaniel Gillis, to share it, right? To feel comfortable enough to share it. So Nathaniel Gillis goes into describing the alien abduction scenario and how it's actually tied to old ancient antiquity magic, sorcery. And it's typical. He's saying that the ufology side of it all is using that as a front, as a guise to hide the antiquity sorcery, and they're just using a different name. So throughout the years, from what I understand, throughout the years, thousands and thousands of years since antiquity, back to the Aztecs, right? They were built, tall pyramids and altars were built. Well, Nathaniel Gillis, he says, don't build these things altars. Like, they want you to build them altars. He goes, what comes after altars? Sacrifice. So what happened with the Aztecs? What happens in ritual magic? What happens, altars are built, and then eventually, if you guys know about all that stuff, I don't know too much about it, but I do have a little knowledge on what it means to have an altar. So he's explaining that it all ties into the abduction scenario. The women all of a sudden, what is it? Immaculate conception. All of a sudden being pregnant, and that falls into all of that, and it's all being stuffed under the guise of ufology. So it actually goes back to Nathaniel Gillis says, and he can't say it enough, back to antiquity sorcery, like old sorcery, old magic, old witchcraft kind of. He doesn't call it witchcraft. He calls it old sorcery, old magic that uses sigils. So Raymond says, hi, Val. Rochette says, hi, Susie, B, Val, Raymond. Almost 100 there with humidity. Ooh, Val, you got humidity there? It's 100 here, but of course it's dry. It's breezy. So it's not too bad. But discern is a good word, Susie. Yes, definitely discern. Tina, I don't know if you know the cryptid community, but I know I met you after I left it. But this is something for mainly for those people that still come to my channel and are still probably looking for answers. So I still dig in the background here when I'm on my own time. And I still am looking for answers. And I think this guy, Nathaniel Gillis, is pretty spot on with what he found. And he pretty much gives you the slam bam of his research. And it's in-depth research, years of research. He's very well spoken. He doesn't look like he needs to take medication. He does say he has ADHD, but this, he goes and rambles off about what he knows about these topics. So as far as what I've seen with this guy, I felt comfortable watching him, listening to him, and listening to his research findings. And there is no way that anybody, I don't know what led him to go in the directions that he went into. But of course, I guess for him it would be common sense, or he has friends, he does have mentors that helps him, push him into the direction he went to do his research, to find out all this stuff and to figure out that it's not, he calls it horns and hooves, right? When someone has a possession, he said this thing is whatever it is that's creating all this, the cryptids, what is it? The possessions is totally something else, but it's using the guys as a possession, a cryptid, and it's way smarter. And it's way more deceiving, and it just wants to be worshipped. So it's even using the guys as, I don't know how to say religious, using the religious symbols, faces, whatever. It's also using that to trick people in religion. So I thought that was interesting, and I just wanted to share that. So that link will take you to the channel called The Confessionals. The guy, he is a religious man, and he does believe in Jesus and God, but he believes in his faith. So anyways, Nathaniel Gillis is his guest on the panel in this link. So if you're interested in that, go take a look at that and see for yourself how you feel about it. It's definitely going to take you, if you do like that, then do take an interest. I took an interest in it right away because I wanted to really know who this Nathaniel Gillis guy was. They talk about all the people that the ufologists talk about. That they actually dropped some names that were familiar to me that I didn't do a whole lot of research on. I just heard in the cryptid community with people chasing UFOs and all that stuff, right? So you'll hear familiar names, and you'll be like, okay, some of you know more about this stuff than I do. But I'm not really big on chasing UFOs or the knowledge of it all. I kind of walked away from all that, but it's still fascinating to hear the stories. I mean, I gotta admit, good story is still fascinating to hear. So, love you too, Rayman. Val says all things pink. 95 here at Tina's place. Rashid says it was 96 here in Eastern Kentucky. Wow, that's not too bad, huh? Thank you for the link. Yeah. So decide for yourself. There's people out there that I know are the good friends of mine that are still in the cryptid community, and they're still looking for answers because they're actually going through a few things and they're experiencing things, supernatural things, right? Paranormal things. Just take a look at this channel, and this is with the interview with Nathaniel Gillis, and he's an in-depth researcher. This is a guy that I would love to hang out with for a couple weeks, month, as a guest, and just listen and ask questions about his research and possibly help a little bit. But I think he is taking some time off. The last interview, so I watched a video last night, and literally I was up till almost 5 this morning watching this stuff. and I wanted to keep watching because the information was so uh, was quenching my thirst, right? Of information that I've been looking for, but it's kind of it just it's kind of like, oh my God. He says some of this stuff he wish he never learned. Like there's no way to unlearn it, and he walks around different with looking at everything in a different way. And this happened when I entered the cryptid community. This is how I felt actually realizing with new eyes. But this is that all over again, realizing with new eyes, a newer set of eyes. So it is. That's about all I really want to say about that, and let you decide for yourself what you think. And if you want to come back and collaborate and talk about it on my channel, that's awesome. I think there you can also ask them questions, but if you want to talk about any of it on my channel, because Nathaniel Gillis brings up a really interesting experience that he was given by a female, and it's a lot similar to mine when I was a kid. So I was just like, no way. That's it's kind of like it kind of blew my mind a little bit, and it gave him an idea of what it was. I'm not saying it was the same, but it was similar, and you know, I just thought, wow, there's no one that I've ever really heard or talked to in the circle of the cryptid community, or UFOs or whatever, Bigfoot, whatever, that has talked about something similar to what happened to me when I was a kid. So anyways, he talks about that, and I'm just like, I listened very, very carefully. I actually had to rewind it, go back and listen again, you know, just go back a few minutes and listen to it again. And I've done that like 3 times, and several of the things that he says, just to understand it, to get it, to absorb the information, because I was just like, what did I just hear? It's kind of like that. It's kind of stuff like that. So, hi Marisa, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. It's called Bad. Oh, it's all bad. Raymond, is that in your opinion on the cryptids? Henry says, hiya Susie, Raymond, Bell, Maritza. Good to see you, Henry. Hopefully you're feeling good today. Good to see you. Love your hat videos. Awesome. I always watch them when I get a chance. Tina says hello. Henry says, hey, Pink. So, hey, Henry, much love, brother. So it's really interesting because Nathaniel Gillis talks about people who are being abducted, and he goes back because he does some good history research, and a lot of the stuff he says, you know, he gives the name of it, and he'll give you enough information that you can go look for yourself, to double check, to cross-reference, right, his information. And he said there was a guy who was a scientist who took a piece of alloy, steel or metal, and bent it in a way, and had a laboratory. He put a mirror in the middle, and basically what he was doing is the old-time scrying. So him and some scientists or whatever they were researching, they were dabbing in the art of scrying. And what came out of that mirror, and what images came out of the mirror first, were sigils. Sigils is an old antiquity type of magic. And antiquity, if you don't know what that means, I had to look it up, and it means way before BC, right? Way before those days. Way a long time ago. Way before. Anyways, they were messing with that, and they were seeing symbols coming out of this mirror. And then all of a sudden they said, he said that in that the research that he said that he found about what happened there was something actually looked back through the mirror and actually stepped through the mirror. I don't know how big this thing was. I thought it was like something, you know, that you could fit in your hand, but apparently it was something way bigger if something could step through it and peek through it. So anyways, this was called scrying. And whatever they were doing, they did it right, and something came through, looked at him, and came out. And the one guy was tricked. One of the scientists said that he thought he could help it. Uh, so he said he had like this not ancient. He had a symbol on a piece of something that was a circle with three round dots in the middle that were connected. So he goes, somebody had given him that and said it was a symbol of peace. So he thought to go home and get that, come back, and put that inside the tube where the mirror was at. And it turns out that he was manipulated to go get that, and that symbol that was supposed to mean peace didn't actually mean that at all. So he actually was manipulated to grab that symbol to open up something in this door, whatever portal. He called it a portal eventually, and really screwed up things. So I was like, that's interesting. That is really interesting. So that's a little bit about what Nathaniel Gillis talks about, and his research, and this is stuff I never even heard of. This is totally a whole different ball field of information, and some of you may know about all this, but I don't know. I definitely didn't know that a lot of this stuff had to do with sorcery, and some entity that's out there, using the guys as you name it, angels, devils, whatever, cryptids, all of that. It's putting on the mask and playing the role of these different things, tricking everybody. And so I just thought that was interesting, because that's way bigger than anything I've ever heard. And it's way more complicated, and this thing is extremely intelligent. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I wonder if this has anything to do with like artificial intelligence, right? Hey, Face the Ace, how you doing? My gosh, everybody, it's Face the Ace. How you doing? So, people talk about being taken over by AI and all this. Is that just another mask of this thing? Because apparently, Nathaniel talks about, well, he's in his vehicle with, I think he's with his family, and he says that they were just driving along like any other day, but they were on their way to somewhere. I think the park or town or something. I can't quite remember. They were on their way, and I believe his family was with him, his parents. He said that, and then out of nowhere, this car appeared and hit him head on. And he doesn't say, because he believes in he believes in data, right? He uses data to make his findings. He doesn't just, he doesn't even really believe too much in the remote viewing thing. But he has heard, he has researched the stories that come from that side of, different aspects of paranormal. Anyways, he said this car came out of nowhere as if it just appeared. And it was just kind of a little message that he knows that was sent to him about how deep he's getting into this. His research and finding out what is truly going on. So it's kind of interesting. I thought it was worth sharing with you guys, and I went to bed thinking about it, and I just I wanted to wake up today and just share that with you guys and let you guys watch this stuff. If your light, darkness seeks you. Yeah, I think it's bigger than that, Raymond. I think it's way bigger. It's not about black and white anymore. There's a different ball player on the field, and it's something that none of us could ever imagine. There's something else out there, that's putting on different masks, right? So I think it's bigger than that. So you are the light if you're getting close to the truth. You definitely are the light. Val says, "Hey, face these gods of chaos." It says Satan's agents can disguise themselves as angels of light. Uh, yeah, okay. This thing disguises itself as God, as angels, as demons, as everything you could think of that you've ever heard. This thing can disguise as that. So, if some people are very religious and they believe in Jesus and all that. I was raised Catholic, so I understand. But this thing, whatever it is, it's disguising itself as everything that we're worshiping, right? Or we believe in, just to trick us into worshiping it. So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that your God is false or whatever. I'm not trying to offend you with the religion thing. But this is kind of why I walked away from religion altogether, is because, for one, my mother saw the devil, whatever the devil looks like, in a church, and I just lost my faith in churches since then. Of course, it was a Catholic church. But I just, something told me that the church isn't what it's supposed to be. And this is why I walked away from religion. It's because everybody fights over it, and they're all about their God is the God they worship is right, and yours is wrong. And I don't think it should be like that. I think everybody should have a neutral feeling about something you want to call religion. And if people are fighting over religion, then something's going on, something's wrong. So this is why I stepped away from it. So I know a lot of people that come to this channel are religious, and they have their beliefs, and they're going to stay stern with it because that's what they're taught, and that's what they've learned. So what I'm saying is, what I've learned here is, whatever this thing is, it's out there. It's masquerading as every kind of religion from antiquity to the present time, to be worshipped, to be trick people into setting altars. They claim to be the all high or whatever, all high. You'll see it if you go to Nathaniel Gillis's channel. I just was able to go through 2 of his interviews. He has a playlist there, so his channel doesn't. I think the last time he put something out looked like, I think 6-7 months ago. Go to the playlist, and in that playlist is where he just says that's all his interviews, and he talks in depth about a lot of this stuff. So it's gonna probably, I don't know. Some people will be interested, some not, and I'm just wanted to share. And you have your own. Just you make your own decision whether you want to see it or not. All bad, the darkness. Hey, face. Yeah, so a lot of this stuff, because what he was just describing is that he went into a house where they were doing, was it a house? There was okay, yeah. There was a house where they were doing, they went and got a priest to exorcise something out of this house. And the priest took a vial of holy water and put it in the room that was most affected by the whatever poltergeist, whatever the heck you want to call it, that's possessed, right? So it's something very, very malevolent there. He said that they watched the vial open and the water being drank out of that, and they were stared in the face by this thing, and he basically just said, your water does not do anything. So and you'll see there's several stories that these things that are masquerading as as a but I don't know what it's called. They call it a demonic possession, whatever. You know what that's called, but it's not really what's happening. It's something else. So if that could masquerade as a demon being in a house, haunting a place, It can masquerade as a dogman, a Bigfoot, a fairy, whatever we've been seeing, right? So just keep that in mind. If it has it the ability to use many faces, then that's just something that you should keep in mind. What are we really seeing out there in the forest? And this goes, into the cryptid community because this all ties together, I believe. This is an ancient thing. This is something very, very ancient. Like, have you guys seen The Mummy? When Tom Cruise's the girl is possessed by whatever ancient thing that is, and it gives her like two eyeballs instead of her eye, and it's something that I've never seen before. It's like something totally crazy. That's what this reminds me of. He said it masquerades as Egyptian. What was the other symbol he said? He said Egyptian. Something else. Two other symbols that came from underneath the flesh through a person who was remote viewing. And supposedly he was remote viewing to meet his guides that said they were his guides. And it turned out that they showed him who they really were. And when he came back from remote viewing, sigils appeared through his skin to the surface. One of them was Egyptian and the other two were something else. And you'll see if you listen to the video. It was real late when I was up and I was tired. I made some coffee. Does anybody have coffee in their hands? So it's just kind of interesting. And he talks about that it tricks you into thinking you have these guides and they tell you what to do and how to do things. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this can be really bad for a lot of people, especially if they don't know who they're really talking to. I mean, I have people that I know that say, oh, your spirit guides, all this. I've heard this talk, right? And all of a sudden he's talking about this and spirit guides. And so it's just something to think about. I don't know. It's worth taking a look into it, see what you think. Can't trust the spirits, Henry says. Right, Henry? And hi, Frankie. And we're always taught to trust all these things, right? They're outside. They're out in the other realm, whatever. But if you all know me well, you know that I had an astral traveling experience when I lived in Idaho. And I, out of panic, I think I shot right out of my body to go turn the light on. And I told this a long time ago. And in my thinking back after that, my learning about astral travels, there should be a guide present to help you. Well, when this happened to me, there was no guide around. It was just me and this weird gray, etheric, whatever realm, whatever the heck I was standing in that looked like my apartment but dark. There was no light. There was light, but very little light. It was almost like, I don't know. It wasn't light. It was at night though, but it was like I was walking around in the dark, so without lights on. But anyways, there was no guide, and I always thought, where are the guides that everybody's talking about that are supposed to help you when you've actually been outside of your body? Where's the help at? Well, I didn't have help. So I had to be confused all on my own. There was no instructions. There was no nothing. So how you doing, Frankie? So these are all the things that I've just been, I kind of walked away from it all. It's just like, but these are my experiences, and they're still there. They still linger in my mind. There's still a little a percentage of me that wants to know. That it's curious about how all this works still. But I'm not like going out of my way to go research, because I have no clue what to go research. But this guy, Nathaniel, apparently he figured out that it's very old, ancient sorcery. So he went in depth into all of that, the sorcery. He tells you all his research. He tells you what avenues he explored and where he's getting the information from. So he's not hiding anything. He's all about transparency, and he says it himself. He's not here to deceive. He actually said there's some things that he found out that he wished he didn't find out because it's makes him nervous. So Hamba Sahaya, how you doing, Hamba Sahaya? Good, long time no see. Good to see you. You miss me? Oh, miss you too. Thank you. Hi, Hamba. When you talk, you're like a journalist who speaks at length and in depth. Oh, thank you. I'm just, I'm just trying to share with my friends, giving them a choice whether they want to go, look into this or not. Because I know there's a lot of people still looking for UFOs and Bigfoot and Dogman. Dogman is an interesting thing. If you go to, it's called the Confessionals. Go through his list, and he covers Dogman in a crazy way that you're like, what? And it goes into rituals. So rituals and how the Dogman is their version of how Dogman is created. So far I haven't heard anyone say. You go back to like. I haven't heard anybody say, "Oh, that these beings were here. They have families. They populate like humans do." I've heard through this channel that they're actually a creation through ritual, and they talk a little bit more about that. So that's also interesting. So if you're kind of interested about, you kind of want to know, you want to hear that angle of where the Dogmen come from, it kind of makes sense to me. And thank goodness I'm not dealing with any here in the city. It's too big. We don't have enough woods around here. There's not enough places to hide. Out here in the desert, I would be worried about falling and stumbling upon a tunnel. Is what we would have to worry about here in cave systems. So in the places where there's lots of forest, there's plenty of places to hide for these things, these beings, and you'll see. Just go look into the Confessionals channel and find the one broadcast that they do that explains what they found about the Dogmen. The churches are all about money. I know, Frankie. I know the tax-free thing. It's popular, and it's like trending. So I understand that. Hey, Susie, just got unpacked. Oh, really? Where were you at, Henry? It's like a lecturer. Susie's in trouble when she starts talking. It's hard to stop. Like a lecturer who's giving a lecture. It's like a lecture. Hamba Sahaya. You're so cute. I hope you're having a good day. How have you been, Hamba Sahaya? Haven't seen you in a while. So yeah, this is what I've been doing other than gaming and gardening, of course, and minding my own business, staying out of trouble. This kind of popped up on my feed, and I was like, this is interesting. And they name like a lot of names. They name names that you guys would be familiar with. They name drop a few guys from NASA, from ufology, and you'll hear a few names that were familiar to me, but some of you are more have done more research on these guys than I have. Because my whole thing wasn't about the UFOs part of it. The whole reason I was in the cryptid community is because of the Bigfoot thing, and I had my fill of that subject, so I decided to move on. And I'm not dedicating my whole life looking for these beings, and I just decided to go the other way. But it's all still interesting, right? It's still interesting to hear the stories, and I'm just not dedicating all my time on it to it anymore. I'm doing stuff that I actually enjoy, like my art, gardening, and gaming. So regular life stuff, the stuff that you need to live your life and not you need to enjoy your life, and that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to just live now and not just worry about what's out there scaring people. He ignored me and continued to give a speech like a teacher who is solving a problem. Susie, I did not ignore you. Dark Soldier, how you doing? Henry says, hi, Soldier. Howdy, Frank and Dark Soldier. Oh no, he just drank coffee. PA brand. I gotta go get my coffee. Get your coffee. Get your coffee. I made a caramel macchiato. I put ice in the cup, and I'm gonna do a drizzle of caramel, of course. And if there's whipped cream, my hubby loves to eat the whipped cream. So if I find some, I'll put some on top. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get that real quick. It says, okay, I guess I'm blocked. Nobody can see me. Take care. Frankie, we see you. Why would you get blocked? Hi, Benty. Best tea is Benty. Is my sound working? Do you guys not hear me? I said hi to Frankie. Okay, I'm gonna go grab my coffee and we'll figure it out when I get back. So yeah, this is I'll probably break up a little bit. Let's mix this coffee. So let's see, sorry, whipped cream. Whipped cream. We want some whipped creams. Okay, we got some whipped creams. Excuse me. All right. Those darn cubes are still the ice is still coming out kind of with a weird flavor. Does anybody know why? I'm gonna just write the company a letter. Belle says, hi, Benty. You guys can hear me, right? Hi, Ben. I haven't seen you guys in a while. Benty's all, ooh. I know, this is like crazy stuff, right? So, you know, after watching the show for the last couple of days, I'm thinking. So I just talked about my mother seeing something that looked like the devil, right? Whatever that looks like. They call it horns and hooves. So when an investigator goes out to a house and it seems like something demonic, they call it horns and hooves. There's classifications for all this stuff. What my mother seen in the church, she said it was a man sitting there. But she could see his skin, and his skin was red, and it had these really thick hairs, and it had these big black eyes. Now, was that really what was there, or was it something in disguise that was making her think it was that thing? So now I'm rewinding my whole life again. Okay, here we go, all over again. Family history, the stories, the experiences, all of that. I've been thinking about. I went to bed thinking about it, and I'm rewinding all these things. The thing that I saw in my bedroom as a child. What was that? Okay, so I was under the impression it was an abduction, right? But it's starting to look like something totally different. Totally different. and it's kind of like it's a different avenue of kind of an explanation, but uh, it's just so complicated. It's very complicated. Val, Roger, Henry, Ray, Suze, Ben T is saying hi to everybody. I don't do astral, out of body, mind speak, etc. No, no, I mean, I haven't had an experience in quite a while with the astral side. I haven't slipped out recently, but I'm not trying to either. I'm not going to bed. And I'm not practicing this stuff because now. Well, when it happened to me last time, there was no guides. There was nobody there to help me. Nobody's there to help you. You have to help yourself. You're your power. So you can't just expect a savior to be there. That's my understanding. So that's just how I feel. I'm not pushing that on you. It's just how I feel. And I need to learn. What is it? I need to learn I need to learn how to access my weapons to defend myself, right? Because whether they're seen or unseen, do I need to go make a special blade? But I don't know. Just an example. Bill says, Henry, how you doing? Roger says, hey, Henry. Benty says, hi, Henry. Everybody saying hello, BFR, Henry. Finally read it, Henry. Messiah. Bigfoot gave us a huge rock into the water and another person, and I heard a Bigfoot trying to come into our camp. Yeah, Henry. See, Henry's having his experiences, and you got to kind of wonder if that's, is that really Bigfoot? I've never seen one in person. My experience was through dreams. So I was wondering, I got into the cryptid community because I started dreaming about these things, not ever having a care in the world about them until they started coming to me in my dreams. So was that a manipulation to get me into the cryptid community, to get me down that rabbit hole, to get me to busy up my time with all of that? To pour all my energy into that deception. It's kind of looking like it to me. So that's just how I feel. So these things, like I learned through this guy, he says they want to be worshipped. There's also an experience that he talks about in there where they were in the woods and they came upon a twisted tree, and in the darkness, the wind came through and it said, bow, to that effect, bow down, worship me, something. It said bow. I think it said bow down. And it was just a voice that came through the wind, a very cold wind. So whatever this thing is, it's very ancient. It's like an ancient, it's an ancient thing. And they don't call it him, her, they call it it. So that's if that isn't proof enough that it has godly powers to manipulate time and space, to put on any mask that suits it at the time, to get your attention, to build it a special place to worship it. So, and it's beyond the devil. It's beyond the angels. It's beyond all of that. So that's my understanding. So, make your own decisions. Do your research. I started with this channel, and it was kind of interesting because this guy is religious. The confessional, what is it called? The confessionals. The confessionals, that channel. He's very religious. They actually are very well versed in the Bible, and they can recite any scripture in the Bible. Just they use those scriptures to explain a lot of things that they're describing. So it's been a long time since Susie drank coffee. Henry was great. Oh, that's Susie, you look as beautiful as ever. Oh, thank you, Raymond. It's good to see you. Susie and her friend Bailey's makes that rant go round. I know. I just did I put Bailey's in? Yeah, I just my first Bailey's. I actually started talking before the Bailey's entered the body. So so you know, I haven't had a coffee in a couple of days. You mean the whistleblowers? Uh, what does that mean? What is that in reference to, Val? I'm probably a little bit behind on chat. Okay. We went to a farm that hosted us Bigfooters. Me and 5 camped out back there. Very good for tree structures and throwing huge rocks, right? And that'll busy you up with all of that, and that's probably what you're going to get for the rest of your life. I just don't see any kind of outcome, any real answers that'll ever come of that. That's why I walked away from it, Henry. But I kind of understand how you feel about it. It's something other than an ordinary life that we have, right? It gives us, it drives us, it fuels it. Our furnace is burning for hunger, for information, and for the experience. I totally get that. I've been there. Hell, I traveled from California, Arizona to California forest to the redwoods to all the way to the coast because I could not find one structure out in the redwoods. The area that I was in back when I was looking for Bigfoot. Then I go to the coast just to go metal detect on the beach, and lo and behold, there was like there was dozens and dozens of structures on the beach that I don't even know if Bigfoot really even built. I did catch it on film, a lady and her daughter building this thing right on the beach. She looked like she was actually on Monster or Red Bull or something. She was moving in a way that wasn't, natural as a person. What people do on the beach, they go to a beach to relax. She was frantically trying to build this thing with her daughter. So anyways, I went off a beaten path. I saw people hiking down this path. I pulled in, parked my car, got my walking stick, went in to take a look at what they were going to do. Actually, from the parking lot, I saw a structure right from the parking lot. It was like a beeline, perfect view of a structure, and I'm like, oh gosh, really? I stumbled upon another structure. So I followed this path, and lo and behold, there was over a dozen structures in there. And then I asked a lady that was kind of walking by. She stood out from everybody else, which was interesting. She had a big sun hat on, and she was kind of wearing like a sundress, and she just stood out. All the other hikers were wearing shorts. They had a stick. She had a camera. And she wasn't necessarily taking shots of the structures, but she was just kind of calmly walking through. And I asked her, "Who do you think is building all these?" She goes, "I don't know." She had no clue. She said they'd been there for quite some time. And then when I went up the hill to ask a historian, a guy who worked at a museum, older gentleman, he said that he believed that the Boy Scouts could be doing that. So, but he wasn't sure because he also said they've been there for quite some time. They were old. They'd been there for a long time. So nobody really had any answers to that, but I think people are building them. It could be a way to deceive us, that are looking for Bigfoot. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. You saw Elvis on a UFO down at the picture show? Sounds like an adventure, huh, Henry? I know, I miss camping. We didn't do our camping trip this year. I wasn't notified about going camping. I think after doing it for 8 years, the person who usually put it all together is pretty much in his 80s, and I think he's just tired of doing it all the work, setting it up, breaking it down, cooking, all that. I think it just took a toll on him finally. Henry says people will always find or create something to scare them, right? Whole lot of shaking going on, Roger. The world is a dangerous place for the naive. Oh my God, is it, Benti? And I just jumped in blindfolded into all of this. Roger says, yes, we hear you. Huh? Benti says, yes, Benti, agree. They caught the rock as it came out of the woods on film. Fun place near Manchester. Yeah. Slimy. What did he say? Slimy? Says Susie. Whips creams. Sorry, I'm so behind. Clean your system with approved cleaner. What does that mean? Whipped cream. Cows have hooves and horns. Yeah, you happened upon this for a reason, Susie. The channel, yeah. So I've been watching the people from Arizona, like this one guy. He's an house inspector, and so I was watching that. I've been watching stuff like that. I've been watching, I've been kind of learning a little bit more about the Superstition Mountains because I live really close by to them, and I found a channel of a guy that talks about those. His channel is about them. And just stuff like that, and then I saw that the confessionals pop up on my feed. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna check this out. And it was because of the title, whatever the title was. I think it was about Dogman. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. So, and then ever since I found that channel, I've like the second time I watched it, actually, this was recent, very recent, like 3 days ago. The guest that was on the channel, Nathaniel Gillis, he just like blew my mind, and I was just like, oh my God. He gave me a lot of answers, not answers, but he explained a lot of things that I had questions for, and this is something that you, like Benti says, don't be naive. Research it yourself, and when I do get a chance, I will research his information. But it kind of validated a lot of stuff that I had experienced, and he explained what was happening. So it was kind of interesting. I still have to research it. You can't take, your information and just be like, okay, that's my true belief. You still have to research, and I will. But I just thought other people might be interested in watching it. I am very careful at who I watch and who I drink the Kool-Aid from now. And I'm very careful. But a lot of people that were mentioned, or a few people mentioned in these channels were familiar names. So I was just like, okay, there's kind of all blends together with these researchers out there now. Buffalo, goats, and sheep, horses and goats have hooves as well. You guys, moose have antlers. As Kathy. I was scared and stood alone as well, Susie, in the light. Right, Raymond? There's no instructions for this stuff. When I slipped out of my body, there was no instruction book there. It was just me and a dark room and a lot of confusion. So I wish I was better prepared. I wish there was like somebody that I could have talked to about it. Nobody. And then if you talk to people, then they, at that age, I think I was in my early 20s when that happened. Very early 20s, and at that age, heck, you'll get a free ride to the county mental ward, right? So I definitely didn't want that to happen. I knew I wasn't mental. I was just having an experience, but it was something that people are not familiar with, and then they're scared of it, right? They don't understand it. I didn't understand it, and I was confused. So you have to be real careful how you say these things to people. So you can't just go announce it in public. And what we know at the time when it's happening, because I think that was around the time where you could get committed for saying weird stuff like that. Without I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure actually, but I think that there was a time frame where if people believed you were crazy, they could have you committed. So this was back in my 20s. So I'm well into my 40s now. So you could do the math. My hubs literally counts sheep to clear his mind to fall asleep. Phil, really? We have sidearms and other toys. I was armed, yeah. I pray against potential evil crap. I get you. Uh, I don't know. I don't underestimate the archons. When you were talking about UFO people, they were mentioning. Oh, okay. And that was up there when you said. Yeah, they were talking about about ufology, Nathaniel Gillis, and he was talking about the people who are being abducted. It's not they're doing it in the guise of an alien, right? Oh, there's aliens from other planets, whatever. Um, they're using that mask as an alien that's doing it, but it's something else, is what Nathaniel is trying to explain to people through his research. He just doesn't come up with this information just out of his head. I mean, does he? I don't think so. He seems pretty genuine, and I think that he went in depth into antiquity history, right? History from antiquity, and he had to actually go into sigils and ritual magic, and he came across something very ancient, you could see it in the timeline. Look at the Aztec pyramids, look at the Egyptian pyramids, look at all the cultures that had built tall things to get closer to the gods, right? So he talks about all that. He says when you build places high, which is where an altar would be, eventually what comes next is sacrifice. So it's history repeating itself, is what I'm understanding. Whistleblower is someone who tells what they know, sort of like being called a snitch or a rat. Yeah. Oh, somebody asked what that means. Bored people build survival shelters. Yeah. Hey, Big Daddy Beard, how you doing? Good to see you. How you feeling? How you living? I'm feeling smooth and silky smooth, living good. Big Daddy Beard. Yep. If you don't see who's doing it, then you can't be sure. You can speculate, right? So in his research, he found that whatever's going on today is something he calls it. It's been using the guise of all of these things, all of these rulers, these deities, whatever. You'll see when you watch it. He explains it better. I'm just trying to find the words to explain it, and they may not be the proper words, so I don't want to screw it up too much. But it's been using the face of the things that we've been worshiping throughout all these years since antiquity. So it's very very interesting, and I think I just wanted to share it with you guys and let you think for yourself what you think. Where's my mind? Met a sweet, very soft spoken. We had fun. Even got her. What, Henry? Did you find someone? Oh, that's why we haven't seen Henry in a while. Congratulations. You still have it. Well, of course you do. Who said you didn't have it? You just haven't gone out in the world, huh? That's awesome. I hope that flourishes into something fun for you, Henry, for her. So, having a friend at first, right? You guys can cook, invite her over, cook some food, have barbecues, all that fun stuff. Talk about the same stuff. I mean, it's just awesome. That's awesome. So happy for you. So yeah, that's the link. I'll put it in here again, and if you guys want to go watch it for yourself, because I know there's still some people still in the cryptid community that I still talk to, and it's not, I didn't throw everybody away. There is some of you that I really love, and I actually got to know, and I still care about you guys actually, and I don't talk about it a lot, but we don't announce our lives all the time, right? Got to keep some stuff in away from you know the other people with bad intentions. But anyways, so remember the whole ascension thing that they kind of I believe me, I got suckered into that too. Um, this is what I believe. The ascension, I got suckered into it. There is no ascension, guys. Apparently, there's no ascension. No one's going to come to save us. And if it is, you better question who the heck that person really is. You need to get proof. You need proof. And right now, I don't know how to. I'm looking for a way. The tools. What are our tools? Weapons. Definitely. My next step is learning how to protect myself from this thing. And if it can manipulate time and space and matter, this is a whole different ball game. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It sounds crazy. It sounds like a sci-fi movie. But they also said that they use sci-fi movies to make all this stuff look ordinary, normal. Uh, so I'm like, oh great, there goes my sci-fi passion. It's not doesn't make me not want to watch it anymore. It makes me want to see what they're putting in sci-fi these days to condition people to be used to seeing whatever, or they're going to be seeing. I don't know. I don't know what to think. But I just saw this channel and I thought it was interesting. Wanted to share it with you guys. Nobody really knows what the heck's going on anymore. Now that coffee, I could feel it coursing through my body. That's making it hot. It's coming out of my pores. Turn the fan on. So if anybody wants to come up on the panel and talk about this stuff or anything, whatever, feel free to come up. I'll throw the link in the chat. And if you feel inclined to talk about it, maybe feel free to come up. I have to know you. If you're just in here as a complete stranger or a lurker, we have to know you in order for you to be allowed on the panel. So. Val says, I must go. Take care, Susie B, and everyone in chat. Blessings. Thank you, Val. Blessings to you, too. Hey, Susie, it's med time. I'll touch base later. Okay, Henry. Have a great day. Good. Thanks for popping in. Good to see you. And I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, so if anybody wants to come up, no pressure. Usually nobody does, so it's fine. But I almost wish that we could watch this together. I would love to, but I don't know if I need permission to share this channel or these interviews. But I actually would want to talk about watch more during my live. But it's just so interesting. Definitely after the live, I will go back to Nathaniel Gillis's channel and go through that playlist and watch some more of that stuff, because that stuff's interesting. I mean, it doesn't hurt getting some information from a different perspective, from a researcher who actually went in depth and researching a total whole different avenue that ties to all of this stuff. And I thought that was fascinating. That his research, going back to, like he says, antiquity, from sorcery, old ancient sorcery, guys. This was he talks about this technology that was already here long time ago. He talked about orbs. That's another thing that he threw in there. There's orbs, the orbs, right? Tell me that you haven't heard about orbs in the cryptid community. Nobody knows what they are. Nobody really has an explanation. He brings up orbs, and he has his own take on them. So, and his own explanation. So that's why I wanted to share this with you guys, because it's a whole different, angle or side of the same topic being talked about. Never heard of these guys, even while I was in the cryptid community. I think back then the cryptid community, they had a circle, a ring of fire, and it was to draw everybody in. And they were all regurgitating the same darn information, using different people, saying the same thing. So I was like, okay, I've had enough. No hard feelings against everybody. Just walk away. But this is a whole different side of the topic. And they're talking about a lot of the stuff that was in the cryptid community that nobody had answers for. So it's just, and I don't see them having a group of people all together connected to their channels, where they're throwing you to this channel. Oh, go check out that channel. Oh, here, by the way, and then they're like another ring of fire, right? So I haven't noticed that yet. Like I said, I've only been watching this for a couple of days, 2-3 days, I think. Hey, Susie. Okay, so we already said that. Hey, Stuart, how you doing? What coffee is on the menu this morning? Caramel macchiato with whipped creams and caramel drizzle. On ice. Cheers. We have we just purchased a new refrigerator, and it came with 2 ice makers. One ice maker is it's called Craft Ice, and it's literally solid ice ball, right? And for some reason, it smells funny. So I keep talking about it. I really have got to go to the manufacturer, find the phone number, get a customer service on the line, and find out why it has a funny. It smells like I don't know, like if you ever worked in a plastics plant, there's an odor like making Tupperware. When you buy Tupperware, you're supposed to rinse it, but if you smell it, it kind of has a smell like a hose that goes into your fish tank. If you ever smelled that, I worked in a pet store before, and that there's like a powdery residue inside some of these products, and it kind of smells like that. But it's been almost a week now since we bought our fridge, and I'm still smelling that. And it's actually infused into the ice, the craft ice. The regular ice, I haven't noticed, but definitely the craft ice. It's round balls, like ice balls. It still smells like this, so I gotta figure out what that is. That's what I'm thinking, Roger. Rochelle, I think it's in the lines. Oh, you're staying at a friend's house? Stuart? That's what I'm thinking, Rochelle. I think it's that powdery residue, but I mean, come on, it's already made 3 or 4 batches of ice, the craft ice. So I've been putting it outside in the plants to keep, and putting in the bird bath and their water to keep it cold. And I just put 2 in my coffee, and I'm kind of tasting it a little bit. It's just weird. It's like that powdery residue from the factory. I don't know. But the water line on the refrigerator is a metal line. So I'm thinking that's not a metal taste at all. That's like a plastic line. Hey Scully, how you doing? So I actually in these two channels that I've been watching lately, I have noticed they were talking about NASA. They were talking about uh, some names I've never heard before. I actually looked up some of these names. Uh, uh, some of the people are in ufology, and some of the other ones are like have worked for NASA. The scientists doing these whatever they're doing, they're getting funded to do these some of these some weird peculiar things, just peculiar things. You know, they talk about the rockets being launched too a little bit. I don't follow a lot of that stuff, but they do talk about it. So if that interests you, any of you, feel free to go check out that link and watch for yourself. Yeah, you'll either hate it or you'll love it. I mean, not like a love hate thing, but you'll either be like, okay, I want this is you want to drink that a little bit more. Not saying it's the Kool-Aid, but you'll either perk your interest or you just will be like, no, okay, it's not for you. But I've always thought I had an open mind, and I definitely thought that was some interesting information as far as the research goes. The guy Nathaniel Gillis uses data. He doesn't use belief. He uses hard. I don't want to even say scientific data. Hard, his research. He follows what's there. What he reads, the history with his research. This isn't just something written in a science fiction novel or something. He's actually gone way back and done a lot of research on our history and beyond. As far as he could go, I assume, I think, whatever. Okay, so both you guys are at your friend's house now. Okay, so hopefully you're doing okay, Stuart. Hopefully everything is okay. Scully, my brother Stuart says, "You're doing well, Scully Pop." Oh, good. That's good. He says, "Ska ska ska ska." Gary Wayne is another good researcher. Gary Wayne. I never heard of him. This just kind of popped up on my feed, NT, and I'm like, oh, the confessionals. This guy kind of looked like the other two kids that did the cryptid kind of stuff and UFOs. Remember the two friends? I thought that this is who this was, and I was like, who is this guy? He kind of looks familiar. I can't remember the channel anymore. I stopped watching all of that stuff. But anyways, he's doesn't have any hair. He's got like a beard. He's got facial hair, mustache, beard, kind of goatee, but it connects to a beard. But clean. It looks good. It actually looks good. It's not all dirty and ugly. Anyways, he looks clean. His beard looks clean. But I just was like watching him, and then of course he talks about religion. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's see what he has to say, because I'm not totally opposed to anybody's religion. I just I have my beliefs from my past, right? So I don't totally hate it all, but I think it's used to manipulate people, definitely. So I just thought that this was interesting. It'd be interesting to share, and hopefully it can give some people maybe some answers to their questions. I do feel like I definitely want to hear some more of this guy's interview, Nathaniel Gillis, because he is the actual researcher. And then it takes you in his playlist all the different channels. So these are all different channels that had him on their panel and interviewed him. So plus, maybe some of these channels you already know or you don't. And but so far I saw two channels that he went to. One channel was a guy, definitely not American. He looked like maybe he was from the UK. And the other guy, they had accents and they had him on their channel. I'm like, these are two totally different people. They weren't talking about conspiracies or anything. They were actually just keeping the on topic, and they were just addressing about his research and then their input. And it didn't go into any kind of conspiracies that I've ever heard before. That are called conspiracies, but we learned they were conspiracy facts. You know what I mean? It wasn't that crap regurgitated again. So it was new information. We'll see you later, Ben T. Thanks for popping in. So you'll see it for yourself. I put the link in the chat. I should have pinned it. I'll pin the link of the channel. Let's get to the YouTube side. And I won't bore you too much. I'm probably going to go game, or I'm going to watch some more of these videos. Just wanted to share that with everybody. Roshed, 2 hours ago. When are you going live, Susie? Somebody, I almost can tell when you're going to do that now, because I know when I go too long without going live, Roshed will message me and say, Susie, when are you going live? I'm like, okay, right now, or in a few minutes. But yeah, I've been just watching these videos and gaming, really. If you want to watch me game, I'm over on Twitch. So I'm over there under Silverleaf77, 2 S's. If you have Twitch, I've gamed quite a bit. I did 7 hours the other night. So I'm over there gaming. I know some people here, they don't like gaming. And I didn't want to bug too many people with my gaming over on YouTube. So I did game for 7 hours over there playing Hitman. But I am on Twitch. Let me pin that link so you guys can have it up at the top. But I have been playing Hitman. Where's that link at? And here it is. So there's the link. That's the link to the channel. So he also talks about this species is replicating. So when you hear about UFO abductions and women not being pregnant, and then after the abduction they're being pregnant, and then the fetus disappears. They talk about this stuff. They actually describe it. And he describes what he thinks is going on. So far, in the past, I haven't been able to grasp an explanation from anybody. It's only the experience. It's only this is happening. But this guy, in his research, Nathaniel Gillis, he actually explains what he thinks is going on with that. So I thought that was interesting. All these little things. So, and that's only through research, like I said. Hey, Papa B, how you doing? Papa B, Papa B, Papa B. Where have you been? I haven't seen you. I don't have Facebook anymore, so that's usually where we would keep in touch. But they decided that I did something. I don't know. It was like a marketing violation. I think that's what I got dinged for, and they totally kicked me out. I was like, what was I mean, the only thing that I was actually advertising was my my channel for my website that I have all my my merchandise stuff in there. So I don't know, I think that's, maybe I didn't do something right, I don't know, but that's why I got kicked out of Facebook. So it's okay. It's one less platform to have to check into, is how I see it. Keep safe. How you doing, Papa B? Anyway, oh gosh, I was supposed to cut the grass today. I should probably go do that. It's 101 out. It's not too bad. It was like when it's 103 and above, it's really hard to breathe outside, honestly. It's a dry heat, but it feels like the air is dense for some reason without the humidity. And for me, it's hard to breathe. I don't know about anybody else, but it just feels, the air feels thick, and it's hard for me to breathe. So I have to take deep breaths. And but I told my hubby I'd go do the grass today, but I got up. I didn't get up till like 2 today, guys. So of course I've been started the live, but I'll probably do that after. And I wish I could do that in the live, but it's too hot, and the phone gets too hot. It'll shut down. I don't know how to shut down a lot of other applications to help, to prevent the phone from overheating, because it's running like 4, 5 other applications while you're going live. I think it would help to shut those down. I'll have to figure out how to do it, but I might have to go do that soon before my hubby gets home. So it's 101 degrees. It's 4:20 out right. It's 4:20 p.m. right now. It's slightly breezy, sunny. The skies are clear. I'm hearing talk about early monsoons coming, where they usually don't come until let me see, July, like late July, August, and I think into September. Because last year when I was camping, let's see, I think I was camping in August, and we had a really, really strong monsoon just come through there. But that's typical in August. So I think I decided to go camping this year, but it's not going to be till September. So I think from September through November, I won't be home. I'll be camping. But definitely we'll still go live from there. I think I still want to go. I'm not sure. I told my hubby I did want to go, but it's nice to get out of the house, because it's probably would be healthy to get out of the house, go do something for a few months. Rochette says, I don't know if it was true or not, but I saw a few videos that over in Asia they had implanted human brain cells into monkey embryos, and they let them grow so long before stopping the experiment. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So in this guy's channel, the confessionals, talks about the experiments, doing stuff with DNA and all that. You'll find that information in there also. So you'll definitely find that. Before Daniel Gillis, there's another guy that he interviews. He kind of looks like Jesus, but he was born into the family that did rituals, right? He was born into those families. And he talks about that kind of stuff. So if that interests you, go prior to Nathaniel Gillis, right? Is that what his name is? And you'll see, you'll get some information on that, and that kind of stuff. With that guy's his personal account, his personal experiences, and his interpretation of what he thinks is happening with that. So that's kind of interesting. That's what drew me to the channel, was that topic, because I'm like, this guy, he's masquerading as Jesus. I gotta hear this, right? Oh, it's totally not that. That's my fault for judging a book by its cover, right? I admit I'm at fault for doing that still. And you know, I'm sure everybody does it still, but they just don't admit it. So, and I was like, I gotta hear what this guy's got to say. He looks like Jesus, like seriously. But he talks about the Nephilim. He talks about the family that he was raised in, and his parents, his grandparents, and his experience with a lot of things. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Uh, uh, Being in the cryptid community in the past, it opens you up to all kinds of other stuff that you know that could be happening in the world. You know, just a bunch of rabbit holes, right? Just a bunch of rabbit holes. And I've dived down quite a few of them, several dozens of them, and just decided, nope, this isn't a hole that I want to be in anymore. Nope, I definitely want to get out of this hole. No, not this hole. No, this hole's too muddy. This hole smells like BS. You know what I mean? You make up your mind eventually what you want to keep diving into. So, so but yeah, it's interesting, and I don't know. I haven't gone prior to these two men. The other man was called Jason, I believe. Jason, is his name Jason? Jonathan, something like that. I'd have to go. Let's go look. Uh, it's the recent his recent guests. So 6 days ago, the Invisible War. Uh, let's see. Where is it? Dream hacking, holy fire. Where is it at? Let me go to the lives. I think they were live. Oh, the Nephilim Hound. Okay, so the watchdog of the Nephilim, they think that they're showing a dog man. Where is that? 8 months ago. So it has a picture. Plus, this guy in the channel called The Confessionals, he does his own. For any of you interested in, he does like I don't know what sermons. He has a whole separate channel. The information's in there. If you want to hear what he has to say about the Bible, he talks about the Bible. So I know there's some of you that still like to listen to that and follow that, and that's your passion, and that's fine. But he also, that's another avenue he's taken with a separate channel from that. With that, where is that? What was that guy's name? You know, I'm gonna have to go into my history to find it. So if nobody knows that you have a history in your YouTube channel, if you click on that and you're trying to find a channel you just watched but you can't find it anymore in your feed, go to your history section. It's on the left side, on the left-hand side of your YouTube. It's at the top. It says you, and then under there it has a clock that says history. Click on that and it'll show you all the stuff you've been watching. In case you didn't know, a lot of you probably already know, but for those who don't know. Okay, so I just told you there's one that's called "This Species is Replicating Through Human Wombs and No One's Noticing." So let's see, where is it? Where's the guy that I told you looks like Jesus? I also found a channel who does some really cool stuff. Recently, he put out a background sound, like a beat, and he put it out there for people to record that beat, to download it, and to sing to it. And he was going to pick like the top 10. He got like over 500 entries. and it was kind of like heavy metal-ish. A lot of screaming. The entries were people a lot of screaming, like rah rah rah, that kind of stuff. But I know there's some musicians here that come to the channel, and his channel is called Jared Dines, and he just put out a 3 days ago, 4 days ago now. He put out a background tune, and he asked singers to sing to it. It's like 20 seconds. It's just a small, short thing, 20 seconds of a background, and you're supposed to sing to it and send it in, and then the person, the winner gets, they're gonna put it in an album or something, and the winner gets royalties for that. They get, there's several prizes and pretty good, and they'll actually be seen. So his platform is to get singers, talent that's out there, that's not, famous people, that's actual normal people that with talent, and he's trying to help you get seen, and he's trying to help you with an incentive as far as cash prize, right? Cash incentive, royalties for that. And I don't know, very interesting. His channel is called Jared Dines, Jared and Dines. So if you know any musicians that could be interested in that, he did a guitar challenge, he did a drum challenge, and now he did a vocal challenge. So that's what I noticed when I went through his channel. So pretty good stuff. The guy seems really cool. I felt like he was very genuine, nice, and didn't seem like he was there to take advantage of people. I didn't feel that from him. So, okay, I'm still looking for this video. Where is the Jesus looking guy? I watched a guy build a fence. Nephilim slayers. Are you God's weapon against the Nephilim? Okay, here we're getting closer. Okay, and this is how I found this channel. I found a channel called Isaiah Robin, and he does what is that called when you play a channel and you talk about the channel, right? You play it. He's one of those guys. Anyways, he's how I found the Confessionals channel. Man Who Escaped the Satanic Family Speaks Out Again. So that's how I found it. And then, okay, let me see. Let me play this real quick. Okay, so that's on the Confessionals part. He talks about the Nephilim. Okay, let me go back. He does have his own channel, the guy that looks like Jesus. I'm sorry I have to keep saying that until I find out what his name is. I just don't know. Kenny Loggins? No, what is his name? Is there a singer that I can compare it to that doesn't have a beard or mustache? He's in here. Where is he at? Well, where says the video? It should be in this channel. Okay, maybe it's under a live. I was looking under the videos. Is it pre-recorded? Should be in here. Where is it? Let me look under videos. Let me look under everything. So he's probably, so that was 2 months ago with Nathaniel Gillis. Where is this guy at? Oh, he has a Bigfoot one in there. I didn't even see that. Okay, here it is, The Ultimate Assassin. So it was 9 months ago that he had this guest on. I know he had him on several times after that because the conversation was just so intense that they had to bring him back. But it's called The Ultimate Assassin. This guy, I'll put the link in here if you guys want to see this. But he talks about the Nephilim and the family that he was born into. I don't know if any of you are interested in this, but this is actually what drew me into the channel. Um, the Screaming Singers. Roger, don't you like heavy metal? I'm not into it either, but um, I wanted to see what the channel was about because I was like, I saw it in my feed and I was like, let me watch this because I like listening to different kind of music, guitar, singing, and every once in a while I'll get into it, and then if I like it, I'll just keep watching it, and if it's the same stuff over and over again, I kind of tend to, I'll still come back, but if it's the same thing every day. I try to, I'm like, okay, I kind of know what the next song is going to be. And although they're equally enjoyable, but it's like listening to the same song every day on the radio. And like when I used to work in the kitchen as a dishwasher at a resort up in the mountains where I used to live, the same time every day, right before it was time to clock out, usually an hour. I knew it was an hour before clock out. They would play on the radio the same song, and this the reason why it stuck with me because the cook he hated that song. Every time at that same hour, every single day that I worked, he would run over to the radio and change the station just for that song, or he'd lower it, or he'd do something to avoid hearing it. And so I was like, yeah, I can see that. Maybe he just doesn't like that song because of that. But you know what I mean? And so it's the same kind of an example. Anyways, so this is the Ultimate Assassin, and I found this. Okay, so and then also the other one is called The Bloodlines of Monsters. His name is Nathan Reynolds, and he has a YouTube channel, and he talks about the family he was born into and how he decided to separate himself from that family. It gives you a lot of information about rituals, right? Rituals, things like that. And so it kind of all ties into uh, stuff that's going on in the background. So a lot of people probably already know, but it's somebody else's, it's another perspective into what's going on. So if you're interested in that, as far as bloodlines, he talks about the, what are they called? The fallen race, right? The fallen, talks about that if you're interested in that. But here I'll put the link of that in the chat. It's called Bloodlines of Monsters. I don't know if I've watched this one, but I'll put it in there. You can listen to heavy metal. Scully, you're still here? You're like, ah. I can listen to heavy metal, but I just don't like where it sounds like they're eating the mic, saying rah rah rah, right? And so when this guy that has that music channel, his intentions were not. He didn't think that the entries would be that, but the way the background music that he created for the singers to sing to, he said he wasn't really expecting that, but that's kind of what happened. So he in his channel with that what was it, contest or whatever. Um, so there's three episodes. So there's three times that he plays like 10 artists, and I would say 8 out of 10 of them each time did the screaming thing. And he goes, well, you're screaming. Okay, you're screaming. But there was actually some artists that didn't do that, and they actually were normal. It was normal lyrics to his background music that he created, and it sounded really good. But of course, I listened to all of them, and I'm really not a big fan of the screaming and the rah 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 next close to the mic, like you said. Some of the people that did do that, they actually made it sound good. If that makes any sense. It didn't sound so hard on the ears. It just wasn't just screaming. They actually incorporated that, but they made it sound like part of their lyrics. They actually sang through that kind of in a way. I don't know. It didn't sound too bad, but that's not my thing. But it's something different. I can't stop looking at the coffee graphics. Oh, it's looking good, Scully. Go get some coffee. Mm. You're in no hurry to go to Walmart. uh, Walmart. I was gonna go to Walmart for something. I don't remember what I needed. I don't ever really need anything. If I go shopping, it's because I want to make a dish, or I need some like shampoo, body wash, or soap, or toothpaste, or whatever. Usually, my hubby gets all that. But if I run to Walmart, it's to get like something that I need. It's not. I know they have a nice line of gelato and Ben and Jerry's, because a lot of places don't have the coffee flavor. And I'll go specifically to Walmart for that because they have a bigger selection of that specific stuff. Or I'll go over there to get some bison, right? Because they sell bison also. Or maybe a specific kind of meat. You were a coffee junkie? You only drink tea now, doctor's orders. I didn't start drinking a whole lot of coffee till like just recently. But I don't drink it every day. Like I said before, I don't wake up to a cup of coffee to help me wake. I wake up and I'm perky. I'm wide awake, and I'm ready to go. I've never needed coffee, but I drink coffee as a dessert. I don't even think I've eaten anything today yet. I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to eat. Nothing sounds good. I might pull out the lamb and do that on the grill. So I just not. I really don't know what I want to eat. Nothing sounds good, and it's a shame because if you grew up like I did, everything should be considered something to consume, right? The way I grew up. But I'm finding myself being picky at what I eat now, trying to be a little more picky and not just eat anything that's available. Because I can afford to be a little picky, but sometimes it's like nothing sounds good. Like I got tortillas in there. I got like what's cheddar brats, cheese, eggs. There's a little bit of bacon in there. I just don't know. I have the lamb leg quarter. I think it's a lamb quarter or whatever leg quarter in the freezer. I just don't know what to eat. I know the potatoes need to be eaten because they're starting to grow on the shelf there. It's expensive to eat healthy, and yeah, I know it is. And I just told myself I'm going to grow some sprouts again because when I don't know what to eat, I'll eat a sandwich. And I bought some turkey, some sliced turkey for that. And I like fresh sprouts, the alfalfa sprouts. And I grow mine out of a jar, and like in a week they're ready to go. They're ready to harvest. You grow them right on your countertop. They're so good. I love them in a Subway, like a submarine sandwich. they're so good, crunchy, and just the flavor is nice with the pickle and your lunch meat, whatever, and cheese. And uh, and I have bean sprout seeds too. I have a whole grower for bean sprouts, and those are great in stir fry and salad too. They're crispy. Because there's an Asian market around the corner. I think it's called Asian Market or International Market. I don't know. Anyways, they sell fresh bean sprouts, and I know they grow those like in the back. Because I watched a guy pulling them out of a bucket and packaging them. Mike, how you doing? There's no, there's so much crap. I know. This is why I don't like going to the store. I'm getting better now. I don't get so overwhelmed. But when there's like 70 different things of the same thing, I'm just like, I get, I get just disturbed. It's disturbing. Gonna get some fresh food today, so I'm excited. Oh, nice. So you're waiting to do your Wally World run. And my protein powders because I'm trying to gain weight. Scully, you just get some refried beans, eat some enchiladas, eat some chicken and mole, some chile relleno, some chile verde, and you will gain your weight. You're trying to gain muscle though because you're using protein. So you don't want belly fat, you want muscle. Scully says, "Hey, Mike. I guarantee you, eat some Mexican food for a couple of weeks, you'll gain your weight. But it's up to you and how you distribute the energy. You shop in the outer ring, not the aisles. You just go around the whole store. My gut is like a deer in the headlights when it hears that. Confirm with the gastroenterologist. Oh, okay. None of that stuff is really high acidic. Not like like sauces, like tomato sauces. I mean, when you're talking about enchiladas, that stuff is a chili pepper. That's not spicy, depending on your preference. It's a pepper that's powdered and made into. You might be sensitive to oils. I always use olive oil. When we eat out and we eat fries that are fried in their vegetable oil, what they use in bulk, that stuff hurts our system bad because we're not used to eating that. It falls heavy and it actually hurts. It cramps our bodies. Peanut butter and boiled eggs. There you go for muscle. I just made from a long time because Raymond's wife. Oh God, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. Debbie, is it Debbie? Oh God, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. Anyways, she was talking about a macaroni salad, and all we had was these big old fat round short noodles. I forgot what they're called. That's all I had for pasta, and I had vermicelli, and I was like, I'm not gonna make a macaroni salad with that. So this was the closest to macaroni as I had in the cupboard. So I made me a homemade macaroni salad that I haven't made in so long. I used red onions, bell peppers, and what else did I have in there? Pickles. I threw pickles in there. And I made the sauce with the little mayo and a little dash of mustard and mixed that all together. Pepper, some salt, and then made the sauce, the dressing, then threw the pasta in there. I would put capers in there if I had it, and I would put olives if I had it, black olives. And just to give that nice, if I didn't have pickles, that's what I use. I would use capers or olives. But I like that vinegary just bite, in a bite. That's what I made recently, macaroni salad. I hadn't made one in a long time, but it's better with elbow macaroni. I asked him what kind of spices I could eat, and he said salt. What the heck? You have a sensitive belly then, huh? Very. Okay. Yeah, you told me before. I remember now. Okay. So you have that IBS, right? Is it something like that? I know. No, I can't believe that. Chicken piccata with capers. I used to love that. Oh my God, that sounds good. Um, you know what's funny is really neat is capers are little tiny flower buds. Because I was like, what the heck are these things? I know they're pickled, they're canned or jarred, right? But what the heck are they? And I looked it up one day, and they're like little tiny rosebuds. They're little flower buds before they bloom. And I was like, that is freaking awesome. I I should look into planting some, see what they actually look like before being pickled or canned, jarred, or whatever. No more butter or dairy. Yeah, I never eat dairy anyways. I do sour cream and I do whipped cream, and I do ice cream every once in a while. But I stick to gelato or frozen yogurt. That's frozen yogurt is like twice a year maybe. Gelato, I do that maybe every 3 or 4 months. I'll buy me some gelato. But whipped cream, I do that with my coffee only, and or on top of cake if we have cake. I don't drink milk, and I do cottage cheese. I would say three to four times a year. So I keep my dairy down, my consumption of dairy down, way down. We do eat butter. My hubby buys butter a lot. He loves his butter, but I only use it if I'm sautéing shrimp or putting it in ramen every once in a while if I put it in ramen, but or on toast. Sometimes I eat my toast without butter. I don't require butter. Gelato, I think it's got it's dairy. I don't know. I can look it up. Um, it's the Italian ice cream. So let me see. What is gelato made of? How you doing, Mike? Mike just had a hailstorm. Milk, sugar, and sometimes egg yolks. Made with more milk and less cream. Sometimes no. And see, that's the only thing that doesn't hurt me. But if I eat custard, frozen custard, because there's a place called uh, it's like a hamburger place. It's something like oh God, I can't remember the name. Anyways, they do homemade custard there, and I was like, yeah, and this stuff is creamy. It tastes like gelato. It's very creamy and delicious. And boy, that tore me up. That hurt my stomach so bad. Salad for supper? Susie's trying to make us all fat. Hey, that's how I grew up. But we're always healthy and strong, and we cooked with lard. Yes, so gelato is a frozen dessert, similar to ice cream, but typically made with more milk and less cream, sometimes no eggs at all. It also incorporates less air during the churning than ice cream, resulting in a denser and richer texture. Traditional gelato includes milk, sugar, and sometimes egg yolks. But yeah, it's very good. And I saw one at the store, and they did like a mixture of berries gelato, and they had fresh berries on top, frozen. Oh my God, the blackberries and I think raspberry, and it was drizzled with probably some kind of a sugary syrup stuff that was incorporated into the whole ice cream. But that was the pretty garnish on top of the ice cream. I wanted to get it so bad. My hubby goes, "There's no room for that." I should have just grabbed it. I should have been like, "I'll make room." But I've never seen it since then. Well, I don't do the shopping either. But anyways, hailstorm. Yeah, you had hail recently. Was that not you? Your channel with your toes in inside looking outside, with you and your other half's toes. Uh, wasn't that you? 27 tornadoes. What? All right, you're gonna go get the food. Okay, happy shopping. thanks for hanging out. Okay, thank you. Quit talking about gelato. Gelato, you are my love. Gelato. 27. What does that mean? Okay, I'll stop talking about gelato. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, I need to paint my nails. I'm waiting for all my polish to just chip off so I can do them again. Let my So my fingers are like some are painted, some aren't. Oh, Tina says bye, Scully. That was a that was a tornado and not a hailstorm. Wow, what did you do to piss off the hail gods, their weather gods? I'm just kidding. You told me that there was you get like a crazy weather over there. Ours is coming too. Hell's Kitchen is here. It hasn't showed its face quite yet as far as the 113 and above degrees here yet, but it's here. I know it. And a derecho to finish off the night. What is your idea of straight? Calling it in Spanish. Is that a drink? Forward. I mean, it means forward. Derecho. A la izquierda. Derecho. What does that mean, forward? Oh, that's the actual storm you're talking about. Windstorm? Rapidly moving showers or thunderstorms. These storms can cause significant damage, similar to tornadoes. I never heard that. Oh, it's one of those. One of those long, crazy looking clouds, huh? Oh my God, I didn't know those were called derechos. I thought that was a drink you were talking about. That's that crazy cloud. It's just one big, thick, dense, long for miles cloud, usually seen on a coastline, right? What? Whoa. Oh, talking about strong winds, Mike. Uh, if anybody wants to come up on the panel, if you want to come up. But anyways, we, we had some strong winds here a couple days ago, and I was on the Nextdoor app, and I was looking to see what's going on new as far as anything new, any new things. Somebody posted, but it was on a whole nother app, but she posted it on Nextdoor, and it was a trampoline up in the power lines. A trampoline, and it had been blown up there, and it got wedged in between three power lines, and it was just up there. This is a trampoline. Those things are not light. I mean, they're made of aluminum, right? The wind picked it up and threw it high up into the sky, and it got tangled into the power lines. I almost want to find it and show you the picture because there is a photo there. Hey, Retro. How you doing, Retro? Anyone? Oof. Tina says, oof. Rashad says, hey, Retro. Mike, remember when she would barely post the link and take it down immediately? Well, that was because I was getting trolled. Someone showed their peener on here. Retro. How are you liking the heat, Retro? My neighbor. We still have folks with, oh, I know, I saw your short that you went over to a buddy's or a neighbor's, buddy, right, buddy, with your generator, running his refrigerator. See, that kind of stuff sounds like where I used to live, up there on the mountain. When the power would go out, people that had a Generac, that kicked on automatically and powered the house. Luckily, the property that I was living on had one, and I I was one of the lucky ones on the mountain that had a light on. Everybody else we'd be, like texting, are you okay? Or how are you doing? How are you doing? Or we'd go out on our side by sides and go check on each other. Sometimes, most of the times, everybody's just sitting in their house, you know, having a drink. Like it'll pass, it'll pass. Or it used to be late at night, so we're just sitting there. They would sit there. But I did that for about 6 years, 7 years, maybe 6 years. When I would go up there for the summer in my fifth wheel. I've seen that on my old channel. I'm more careful now, right? Oh, Jimmy C's house. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the refrigerator. That's another thing too that we'd worry about. So if this happens, if you guys don't know, and your power goes out, and you're worried about your fridge, don't open it so much. I mean, it's common sense, but that's what I learned. Uh, you don't want to open your fridge when you don't have power because it lets it cool out, and then your food may spoil quicker. But if you just keep everything closed, uh, you have a better chance. If you're not fortunate enough to have a friend that comes over and helps you out with your power situation. You learn a lot living up in the boonies, right? You learn a lot. You have to. If you don't take the time to learn about survival when stuff like that happens, you don't belong there. If you don't know how to, survive with the power going out, you probably shouldn't be there. You probably shouldn't be living that lifestyle. But like what Mike just talked about, these tornadoes and things that's the thing that's coming. You can't help it. This happens. This could happen anywhere. So uh, you have to just kind of use your common sense. Don't be opening the refrigerator every 10 minutes. Get your stuff out. Get your candles out. Your whatever you need. Your batteries. Have batteries. All that stuff. You learn all that stuff when you live out in the boonies. But you can't help it. Like it does hit anywhere. All on the anniversary of the Fargo F5 Twister. What, really? Wait, don't leave the fridge door open for an hour? No, Retro. We don't want to refrigerate the neighborhood. If you're going to get something to eat, you snack on something that doesn't require the refrigerator to be open so often. Happened on 6/20 in 1957. Oh my God. We emptied our fridge into a cooler and emptied the ice maker into it. See, yeah, that's good thinking. And we just bought we just bought one of those stand-up freezers, and I don't know how many cubic feet it is. It's not the small one; it's the middle-sized one. And then there's a big one. I think there's 3 sizes. There may be more. I don't know. We just bought one. I don't have too much knowledge on the sizes, but I know it's the one size above the smallest one. And it can be used as a freezer or a fridge. And I thought that was cool. I didn't know they made them like that. We have all our frozen foods in there, so if anything happens, I mean, when there's power, I'm definitely going to throw stuff in that to keep it, cold. So it's really, really cool. The ice is good to keep stuff cold. And then you can run to the store and get ice and throw all your stuff in the fridge. If you live close to a store, that's a great idea, though. So yeah, that's the stuff I learned. I even we had snow one year where the pipe from the well, the pipe cracked and it started to leak. This was at night, and it was cold, right? It was cold. Somehow the PVC pipe cracked, and I called my landlord, and she goes, "Can you fix it?" And I'm like, "Do I look like a plumber?" I learned how to be a plumber that day. So there actually all the supplies were there. and she said to do my best. And I dug out the trench and uh, found the parts and the blue goo stuff that you glue it and then put it all back together. But it, I still didn't know what I was doing. I did my best, anyways. I ended up having to go down and we had a creek nearby, but it was downhill from me, so it was about maybe uh, I don't know, maybe 100 feet, about 100 feet, and I would go and scoop up buckets of water because the creek was running because the snow was melting. I tried melting snow, and that takes forever, guys. You could fill up a huge 5 gallon bucket and get like I don't know, uh, 5 glasses of water out of that. Two glasses of water. So I was like, this is a waste of freaking time. I just, and the snow was up to my knees. I would go down, but I mean, I didn't whine or cry, but I was like, okay, this is what you got to do. You want a bath? Do you want drinking water, whatever, to get this crap done. So, because when you're up there where I lived at 6,500 feet, the neighbors pretty much let you know if you're not equipped to live there in an emergency, you shouldn't be living up there. And they're really tough on you up there. You can't be this helpless little thing up there expecting everybody to come to your rescue. You need to learn this stuff. Like I learned how to chop wood up there. I learned how to use a chainsaw. I learned how to use an axe and a hatchet and a wedge. And I wasn't fortunate enough to have a log splitter. So I had to do all that. We didn't have AC, and we didn't have a heater up there either. My place didn't, and it was a wood stove. So if I was cold, I'd have to go chop wood, and I had to go and find the wood. I couldn't afford to go buy a cord of wood. So in the forest, there was a lot of fallen trees there, and it was all pine, and you're not supposed to burn pine in a chimney. Well, this was a wood stove though, and it had a metal flue, right? So I just would have to. I had a friend that offered to clean my flue once a year and check it out for all the creosote, whatever that's called. It's called creosote. Anyways, but I had to burn pine because I couldn't afford to buy like cedar or the other kinds of wood to burn. But it worked out just fine. I had huge stacks of wood. I had plenty of wood. I did it all myself. That happens here all the time. Yeah, but you know what I mean. There's different kinds wood stoves. I mean, I don't know. That's what I had. Like, they were cast iron, one in the middle of the house. So it was in the middle of the living room, of the kitchen to the bedroom. So, and that thing would heat up the house to 80 degrees. I mean, toasty, like really toasty. Nice, really nice and toasty. Shut up, Red Trap. I did not. You're so full of beans. I had to grow the tree to get the wood. No, there was a lot of fallen wood there, trees, and you're not allowed to collect the wood, to harvest the wood. But the fire chief told me because I was native, right? Because he's like, you're an Indian, right? You can get all the wood you want. So like I was the only one allowed up there to harvest the fallen the tree stumps that were there, and I would I said this before, but I'd use a chain and wrap it around the tree. It would be like a 7 foot long, and I would tie that to the bumper, the towing hitch, and drag that to the house. So it made it easy for me. I did it very slowly and carefully, but I would drag those home because I didn't have a side by side. I didn't have anything else. But I used my Bronco. I had a Bronco at the time. Uphill both ways, retro. Shut up. Shut up, Mike. She had help from the bear. Oh my God, we didn't have bear up there. We did once in a while. One would wander in from a long travel. But anyways, we had a lot of elk though. I got pictures of all that stuff. Big, beautiful elk, but they would eat everything, the little bastards. They eat everything. In the hutch, there's nothing in the hutch. There's books, there's ceramics, some coins from our travels. There's really nothing in there. The bear that taught me how to fish. Oh, you guys are just being jokers today. Well, I'm glad. So you're expecting that derecho, huh? That thing's crazy looking. If nobody knows what a derecho is, I'm going to show you. This thing, I didn't know it was called that. I thought you were talking about a drink. This is what a derecho looks like. Let's make it bigger. That thing right there. That thing is freaking crazy. If I saw that in the sky, I would be like, that's crazy. That's a little bit of information about it. That's straight from the National Weather Service. I've seen these and they're beautiful and terrifying at the same time. Oh, you had that after all the tornadoes? Oh my gosh. How is that possible? So that thing was coming, right? And it pushed all the tornadoes at you, and then it followed suit with doing a drive-by. Is that typical, Mike? That you get tornadoes before these things? I haven't seen one of these ever in my whole life. I don't. We don't get. I've never seen one of these here. I should be careful what I say because we might, you know, this could probably happen anywhere. I don't know. We get the haboobs, which those are crazy enough. Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can find that. Let me, let me see if I can find that trampoline in the power lines. We've we've had some strong wind gusts here, and I've seen the neighbors' umbrella, shade umbrella, that's connected to your table, like a picnic table, that goes in the middle slot of your table, right? I've seen those flying way up in the sky. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. That thing was so funny. Yeah, I'll just put this up here. Okay, so that way you can see me scrolling through. Hello. So lost dogs. Where is it at? Lots of lost pets. So the 4th of July is coming in. Oh, we're in a private explorer cabins. Where's that at? Okay. What's this? Have you ever had to fill someone else's shoes? Okay, some doggies. Some desert pictures, lost pets. A lot of them have been found lately. Someone took a scooter. Some kittens. A little drawing of a kitten. Where's the trampoline at? Oh my god, that's so funny. somebody's birthday. Oh, here's fun. This was a recent. This was a recent. This lady just had to have these. They weren't even solar lights. They were actually hardwired in. Someone's just they're sidewalk lights, right? These little things that they look like solar lights. They drove by and they're like, you know what? I have to have those. But like, look at how she takes them. It's so funny. You're gonna go get gelato and some salads. Okay, enjoy your meal, Mike. It sounds good. Then you're gonna go get gelato. I like this. I like the fruity gelato. The fruity ones. The chocolatey ones. They just make you thirsty like ice cream. But the fruity ones, they kind of satiate that thirst. To me, anyways. Here she goes. I just have to have it. Look at how she does it. She just breaks it over with her foot. I don't know how this works. They all look the same, but they're all wired together. So I don't know if she broke it. I don't even know if it's even usable after the way she took it. This was at 5 in the morning. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. So that's that was that. These dogs were recovered, returned to their owners. Two beautiful looking huskies, one brown and one black and white. Well, they both have white, but one brown, one black. He looks like that guy that says, "What you talking about, Willis?" Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here's the trampoline. Uh, that thing got wedged in there pretty good. Look at how high up it is. That thing's big. That's the trampoline that got wedged up in the power lines. It's funny because it's just like it's crazy. That's 19th Avenue in Westcott. I don't know where that street is at, but it's not too far from here. I don't think. I don't think it's far. Not too far away. That's crazy. You would think that there'd be like a bunch of bzz, bzz going on. I don't know. I think it's definitely metal. So yeah, that's the trampoline I was talking about earlier from our recent winds. We had I think it was a couple days ago. There was some pretty strong gusts. Oh my God! Over there's a tree leaning over. Oh, that's a big pine tree too. That thing's leaning over big time. That doesn't look good. Anyways, yeah, that's somebody's trampoline. So there's another app called Citizens app, I guess. So I haven't looked into that yet. What is that? Thank you for all the help and recommendations. I appreciate everyone who reached out. Oh, okay, she's just covering. She probably needed help taking down some dead trees. Looks like some pine trees. What else is new? There's a doggy. I haven't actually looked on pet owners. One block in Phoenix. Oh, this is a lady talking about the heat and trying to walk a block. It's very hard on people. Look out for this guy. Okay, I showed that in the past. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really new. Joy! Retro. Oh, he said, "Hi, Miss Joyax. My fridge just went out. What do I do first? Go get a beer?" Hey, our fridge just went out too. How long have we had it now? It's been a week. It stopped cooling. Time for a new fridge, Retro. You're probably kidding. Hi, Miss Joyax. How you doing? Good to see you. Uh, Fireworks. People are starting to complain about the fireworks and their fur babies. I get it, but you're in a big city with 1 million people. I mean, really, can you tell everybody to not do fireworks? Some people do fireworks before 4th of July. Like they'll start. I wouldn't doubt if it starts within the next couple of days until 4th of July, and then a few days after they continue. But some people say get your animals chipped, bring them inside. I mean, you can, but if it's before and after 4th of July, it's like hard, and especially people if they work or they're outside pets or whatever. Uh, there's so many things you can do. You can make sure there's no ways to get out. Cover holes in their fences. I don't know. Chipping your fur babies is probably the best. So please keep your pets inside for the days surrounding the 4th. See, they know. The fireworks go off before and after. Before, during, and after. Use a thunder shirt for your shaking dog. Put a leash on it. Keep it close to you in the house. If your pet is super reactive, maybe the vet can help with calming medication. Try making it a den in the bathroom or a closet. So this is one thing I was really terrified about as far as my cat, our cat, and I just it sounds silly, but I'd be like, "Are you ready for the?" And I would make like large sounds, and he'd like look at me like, "What are you doing, you stupid human?" But then this was close to 4th of July, and I would do that every day. I was here with him. And so now during the fireworks, he just sits there and he's just like, okay, it's just like any other day. But he also hears sirens all the time, the helicopters, fireworks, gunshots. Right? He's used to all those noises now. Plus, he was born here, and he's used to listening to hearing all of that stuff. And he does really well with 4th of July. I still bring him in when on 4th of July. I still do bring him in and make him stay inside. He hates it. But after midnight and between midnight and 3 in the morning, I'm usually still up on 4th of July, and I'll let him out after midnight, after maybe 2 or 3 in the morning, where everything's kind of relaxed. Now all the neighbors went through all their fireworks, and there's only the few bottle rockets going up. And an occasional big one, big aerial. Forgot what those are called, but very few, but not close in the vicinity. It's just like 4 or 5 blocks away that you could still see him in the sky, and that's when I let him out. But he doesn't run anymore. He's used to it. What the heck is that? Smoothie. So yeah, that's what else is new? Anything else? Pet owners. Okay, so a bunch of people putting out information about fireworks. There's what character is that? Does anybody know? That was Spock, right? Wasn't that Spock? Captain Spock. Yeah, that's about all that's going on in the Nextdoor app. Get your animals. What is this? Good morning. Good morning to you. Lost pet. Oh, I was supposed to cut the grass today, guys. Saw your fault. I didn't get it done. I'm just kidding. Hey, there's still time. My hubby's probably coming home soon. Yeah, better go get it done. Oh my gosh. It's 103 out. God, it's getting hotter. Jeez. Yeah, there's really nothing else going on in the Nextdoor app. So, hey Chris, how you doing? Good to see you. He says, "Hey Susie, chat, cheers." Hey Rashid. Yep, that's Spock. Yeah. So yeah, I'll still do gaming on YouTube, but if I'm gaming, and if you want to watch while I'm gaming, I'm over on Twitch under Silverleaf77. So if you want to find me over there, uh, add my channel, whatever, and you'll see when I go live over there. And I usually play Hitman. I just recently did a 7 hour thing with playing Hitman. This stupid mission, and I actually haven't finished it. I'm in this villa, and I had two marks, two. I don't know what they're called, marks, whatever they're called, targets, and I must have burned through like 8 different disguises, and I got the 2 marks done, completed, right? But there's another thing. I have to find an underground tunnel entrance to a place where they're holding a virus, and this is a virus I have to discard or take it, and then that's the end of the mission. But that's where I'm at in that, and it took me 7 hours the last time I played, and so I saved it there, and I was so tired. My butt hurt. I was sitting there so long. I took breaks definitely, but I was like, I have to try to get this done, and I was trying to so many ways to find this darn thing, how to get into this. It's underneath a residence, and a huge residence, a mansion, and I have to. I think I found the entrance, but it required a key card to get in the door. And I think I dropped the key card after taking out one of the, the the subjects that I had to eliminate in the game, and she dropped a key card, and I walked past it, so it's still there. I have to go and pick that up, and I think that's the way in. So I've been thinking about it. But anyways, if you want to watch me game, I'm over on Twitch under Silverleaf77, 2 S's, spell Silverleaf with 2 S's, and you'll find my channel. So that's if you're interested. If you want to interact with me there, I'm over there on Twitch. So yeah, there's nothing going on next door anymore. Well, at least my way won't scare the animals. What is your way? You're so tired. I was so tired. What's your way, Chris? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see it. You use road flares with the slingshot for my fireworks show? Thoughts? So you snatch you do this to the end, right? To ignite it, and then you put it in a slingshot. That's funny. Yeah, there's no loud sounds to that. It's just the sound of the tip on fire, right? Road flares are, believe it or not, a great defense weapon. If you're by yourself, then you should keep a road flare in your car. Um, if you don't have anything else to protect yourself, use that. I mean that will help you get protect yourself for sure. Even the guns too. Can you buy those nowadays? The little guns that shoot the flare. I don't know if those are if uh, civilians can purchase those. I think you can, right? I don't know. Yep, that's it. Flare gun works better, right? Because you can just point it and shoot. It's not a bullet. I mean, it's gonna definitely help you in the situation. But I think the rescue teams use those, right, to show their location. Point it in the air, shoot it. Uh, I think that's what they're used for. Oh, you can buy them? Okay. Yeah, it's usually like an orange gun or a yellow, right? Looks like a gun. It's just like a plastic looking thing. Ooh, I didn't cut the grass today. I gotta go cut it. So what's everybody doing on Monday? Happy Monday. Cheers to everybody. I'm having some caramel macchiato coffee, iced coffee, with some whipped creams and a nice caramel drizzle. It's almost I'm at the bottom of my cup. Oh, it's for your boat. Oh, that's what it's for. The boat. Yes. Okay. Thank you. That's where you would have one of those as a boat. Thank you. I know I've seen them out in the wilderness somewhere. I just wasn't sure. Thanks. I couldn't place it. I thought that the rescue teams used those too. But it wouldn't make sense to do that out, especially out here in the desert where everything's dry. You don't want to be shooting one of those off for sure. The boat makes more sense because it's in the water. Thanks, Chris. I've never had to use one. I've never seen anyone really use one, but I've seen them. Another an emergency thing. So yeah, the grass is up to at least 4 inches in some areas. Probably 4 inches. One, two. Yeah, about good 4 inches. I got to go trim down the little spots that we have. Uh, we have to seed the bald spots too. I don't know why they're going bald. We water it enough. It was full, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's the heat or what. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I gotta go cut that grass. My hubby got it all ready for me, uh, and I better go do it. So I'm gonna end this show, and maybe I'll be on later on this evening. But if I'm gaming, like I said, go find me over in Twitch. If you guys know, if you guys want to, I'm under Silverleaf77, two S's, and you'll see the picture of me is a black and white with my furry hoodie thing on, and I'm wearing glasses. So that's my profile picture. Hey, Gate Smasher, how you doing? Good evening to you. You're off to see the wizard. Try and stay cool and hydrated. I will, definitely. I gotta go cut some grass. I gotta go cut the grass. I just remembered that was my one job today. I better not screw it up. So I'm gonna go, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for popping in, all of you who popped in. Thanks for your support of the channel. Thanks for the subscribers, and thanks for the members that have purchased memberships. I appreciate you all. I wish you all a wonderful day. I may see you later, and have a great Monday or Tuesday. We'll see you guys. Oh my gosh. Enjoy your coffee. Thanks for coming. Oh my gosh. Where is it? We'll see you guys.